Latest in the news regarding Mr. Manish Sisodia, whose bail application has been rejected by the Supreme Court. Now, the Aam Aadmi Party sources are telling NDTV that the party is looking at filing a review petition in the Supreme Court. This comes after senior Aam Aadmi Party leader Manish Sisodia, his bail application was in fact rejected by the Supreme Court, who has been continuously in the prison for the last 8 months. Now, this was in connection to the alleged Delhi liquor policy scam. A money trail, this court said, has been prima facie or tentatively been established in the case. The court also noted and ordered that the trial must be completed in 6 to 8 months. The court also has said that the money of 336 to the tune of 336 crore rupees has been tentatively established, and that if the trial is not completed in about 8 months, Mr. Sisodia, after 3 months, can reapply for bail. Let's listen into the reaction of the Aam Aadmi Party on this.
ये 338 करोड़ क्या है, ये तो एक बारी ऑर्डर आएगा तो उसको स्टडी करना पड़ेगा। लेकिन जो पॉइंट सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने खुद उठाया था कि ये पैसा मनीष सिसोदिया के पास पहुंचा या नहीं पहुंचा, क्या उनके पास पहुंचा, क्या उनके किसी परिवार के व्यक्ति के पास पहुंचा, या उनकी किसी परिवार से जुड़ी हुई किसी कंपनी के पास पहुंचा, ये सवाल, इस सवाल का जवाब तो आज भी वही है, क्योंकि ईडी के अपने आरोपों में भी मनीष सिसोदिया के पास कोई भी पैसा पहुंचते हुए वो नहीं दिखा रहे हैं। तो ये 338 का फिगर क्या है, ये सुप्रीम कोर्ट की बहस में नहीं आया था आज तक। और ये 338 करोड़ का मनीष सिसोदिया जी के साथ क्या लिंक है, इसको भी एक बारी ऑर्डर देख के समझना पड़ेगा।
Let me go across to my colleague Arvind Gunasekar, who's joining us live with more details on this story. Arvind, one question that the Aam Aadmi Party is asking: where does this figure of 338 crore appear in the Supreme Court order? So far, not even the ED or the Enforcement Directorate has said anything as far as 338 crore rupees is concerned.
Yeah, Ankit, according to the Supreme Court order refusing to grant bail to former Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia and the Delhi liquor policy case, in its judgment, Supreme Court has held that the profit margin for the wholesale distributors or the liquor companies, let's put it in simple language for our audience, so for viewers, so this enhanced profit margin from 5 to 12%, that means in the new liquor policy, the profit margin for the liquor companies, that was increased to 12% from 5%. That means it's an excess of 7%. So according to the calculation that has been given by the Supreme Court, that these liquor companies in a span of 10 months through the 7% profit margin, excess 7% profit margin that was enhanced through the new liquor policy, these liquor companies made a profit of almost 338 crores in 10 months. And that 338 crores have been construed as proceeds of crime under the PMLA Act, and also as a bribe or as an undue benefit to companies and as an offence under Section 7 of Prevention of Corruption Act. So in a CBI case, this 338 crore which the liquor companies made a profit through the Delhi new liquor policy, that has been seized seen as a offence under Section 7 of POC, Prevention of Corruption Act, whereas under PMLA Act, this particular 338 crore have been seen as proceeds of crime, and that's the 338 crore that the Supreme Court is relaying. And also Supreme Court, after a detailed consideration of arguments of both CBI, ED and also Manish Sisodia, Supreme Court has held that the agencies have established involvement and also conspiracy of Manish Sisodia, and that's why Supreme Court has refused to grant him bail in this particular case. And also very importantly, Supreme Court has also given him some kind of a liberty, wherein Supreme Court has said that the prosecuting agencies have said that the trial can be completed within a span of 6 to 8 months. If at all if the trial could not be completed within a span of 6 to 8 months, in such a scenario, then Manish Sisodia can apply for regular bail, and this particular delay in trial alone can be a ground for the appropriate court to consider his plea for bail. Nevertheless, in the interim period, if he wants interim bail, citing his ill health or ill health of his wife, that can also be considered by appropriate court. So on merits, on a regular bail, Supreme Court has dismissed his plea, but has also granted him liberty that if the trial is not completed by 6 to 8 months, he can go for regular bail. In the interim period, if there is a necessity, then he can apply for interim bail on medical grounds.
Arvind, before I let you go very quickly, I just wanted to understand from you what we are hearing from the Aam Aadmi Party, though, that they are planning to file a review as far as this order is concerned. What does that mean in simple terms for our viewers, and what will be the process that the Aam Aadmi Party will have to follow?
Ankit, in a bail matter, review being successful is extremely on a limited ground, because review means the party is asking for the Supreme Court to reconsider its own judgment. That too on a bail pleas and all, it's rarest of rare occasion where Supreme Court will consider a review plea. As per procedure, after a review plea is filed, that will be taken into consideration by the appropriate bench in their own chambers. It won't even be taken up for open court hearing. Unless until Supreme Court grants an open court hearing on a review plea, only then the matter will come to Supreme Court on an open court hearing. Till then it will be considered in the chamber. So it's highly unlikely for Supreme Court to reconsider a bail order that has been granted with a detail or a reasoning order.